Mosconi Cup to win. The last time was 20 years ago, and the winning 9-ball was potted by Jeremy Jones.
Wow, what a absolutely amazing stat that is. This is a big lag. I know we've done well in the lag department. We just haven't been able to finish. And you've got to wonder how Shane Van Boening is feeling with all of Team Europe coming out, pumping the crowd out while he's by himself over in the corner. Is he able to block this out and really show us something special tonight? Because I know that's what we need.
Here we go.
Well, that's a great sign, but a bad kiss. And you can see on your screen the cue ball is covered up by the 9 to the 2. Got the kiss by the 7 right there.
Shane Van Boening did very well in the doubles last year. Won them all. But he lost both his singles. And in fact, Shane Van Boening has now lost his last 8 Mosconi Cup singles matches. So if you're looking for a bit of hope tonight, Scott, I'm afraid I can't give it to you in that sense.
Well, he's due, Michael, and he really needs this match. A little baby jump here. He'd like to just stop the cue ball and get the deuce over behind, but that's not going to happen. This might be okay. Real good safety play here available, but Filler, probably the most aggressive player on the planet right now, for good reason. Well, is this an opportunity for SVB? Can't complain about that roll if you're USA, but it's not over yet, Michael. He's going to kick at the 3. The 9 is in front. Oh, he's made a great hit. But he's left a shot, Michael.
There's been a lot of criticism of Shane Van Boening this week about his general play, his performance in the opening team match, his demeanour around that man's team. Well, here's a chance for him to start earning a bit of redemption. An opportunity to win the opening rack against Joshua Filler.
These first few balls seem very important to me, and I'm sure to the fans and viewers. If he looks comfortable in the beginning, I think he'll look comfortable in the end. He has used all of that pocket. He was awful quick there for him.
Jeremy talks a lot about the phrase cheating the pocket. I think he's embezzled it there.
And that was the pocket that haunted him, if we remember, on day 1, where he missed the 9, and then in the same team's match, he rolled the 7 and missed it. At least that one went down. You have to attribute it to the speed that he played it at. Other than that, he's looked pretty solid here. Just one rail out to the 7. To the 8. Oh, nice stroke.
Credit to your compatriots, Scott, the American fans who have come over in larger numbers than usual. No matter how bad this has got for their team over the last few days, they've been absolutely resilient in their support. Just wait for the noise they will make once this 9-ball goes down. That roar is nothing compared to what we'll hear many hours from now if USA somehow win this. It's given them something to be happy about right at the start of this final night. Shane Van Boening winning the opening rack. So what we're looking for here tonight from an American point of view is one of the all-time great sporting fight-backs. We all know about the legendary ones that we've talked about for years, decades, generations. But you know, two of the most incredible sporting turnarounds I can ever remember have happened this year in this country. And one of them was in a Q Sports event, the World Championship semi-final in snooker. Back in April, Luca Bracel, 14-5 down to Si Jiahui. First to 17, he ended up winning the match, went on to win the title. And just a few weeks later, only about 3 miles from there, Sheffield Wednesday went into the second leg of their League One playoff semi-final against Peterborough United. 4-0 down from the first leg. They ended up winning 5-1 to level it on aggregate and won on penalties. So England is seeing two incredible sporting turnarounds this year. And here's another omen for you. Brendan Moore, our tournament director, who's obviously here tonight, was in attendance at both of those. What a hat-trick that would be for him.
The second round.
It's pretty amazing stats, Michael. Thank you.
First break of the night for Filler.
And the one does fire in. The 2-9 are locked up. A nice bump for USA as far as the 2 goes. Filler either going to have to roll out here or think of something clever on the defensive end. He could try to chip off the right side of the 2. He's got to flirt with the green 6. He'd like to use the 4 and 3 as cover, unless he can roll this. And that's what he's done. And he's done it well.
If you're looking to draw any comfort from Shane Van Boning's record in singles matches against Joshua Filler in the Mosconi Cup, there's none to be had, because they've played each other in this event 5 times in singles over the years, and Filler has won them all.
Staggering. And what Filler has done here is really got that cue ball up behind the 3, really cutting SVB off at any 2-rail angles. He's called the extension. He's going to have to use the jump cue, Michael, and then probably go 2 rails deep behind this 2. Unless he thinks he can clear the 3 and miss the 8, he's going straight at it.
Foul stroke.
He's decelerated again there on the jump.
And please start the shot clock.
Kind of been a habit of his this week. He's decelerated a few times on key balls. I wouldn't so much call that a real error. He had to jump most of the 3 there. Filler looking. Okay, he's played the combination. He's fallen a little flat here, I think. Unless he can get up table, it looks like he is a little straight, but he can, I'm sure, manufacture an angle. Oh, and he does have it. Obviously, the 3 passes. Otherwise, he wouldn't have played this. And this is pretty self-explanatory.
Ralph Eckert captaining the European team for the very first time. He wasn't a famous player. He had a decent enough record, but nowhere near this sort of level. He's well known as a coach, and people might have looked at it and said, well, what can he teach these guys? And that wasn't what he was brought in for, really. It was to provide leadership. And yes, he's a quiet presence. He doesn't jump around and shout and get involved in all the big celebrations, but it's a results business, and you have to say, whatever way he's gone about it, there's no arguing with how it's turning out so far.
Filler going to take this rack clearly. It was a very important jump shot. Whoa. Very important jump shot that SVB failed.
Joshua Filler swiftly levels up against Shane Van Boening at 1-all, and they're playing his song. It's the music of the White Stripes. But what a disappointing week it's been for the Stars and Stripes. Jeremy Jones leading the team for the 4th time. It means so much to him. We both know him pretty well, Scott. We know the significance it would have for him if he could lead an American Mosconi Cup team to victory just one time. And he's put so much work in since he was named as captain again a few months ago. Things haven't gone the Americans' way in terms of good fortune and roles at key moments. But overall, it's just been a story of the massive quality that Europe have at their disposal these days. And it looks as though, as it stands at the moment, Shane van Boening, in the year he equals the all-time record for most Mosconi Cups played in at 17, is going to find himself still with that incredible stat that he's only ever been on the winning team 3 times. Barring something extraordinary, of course.
Yeah, it's been bittersweet for me, a little bit heartbreaking. Actually, a lot of bit heartbreaking while I'm up here trying to be positive.
Team USA to break, it's 1 record.
I really want Team USA to win this cup, and it's not likely. But they can start by making the 1 in the side pocket and getting a shot on the blue 2 if possible. And the 1 has come short. I feel like it might go on the top. Need help from the 6. He's gotten a little help from the 6. Don't know if Filler can go rail first here and make this 1 clean on a legal hit. He does have to contact the object ball first. That's in order, which is the 1. Well, it looks here like he might be able to do so. The 2 is laying close to the lower right corner. This is going to be tricky. And the 6 is going to stop the cue ball. That being said, he will not be able to cut the 2 with any ease, that's for sure. Well, he's kind of darned if you do, darned if you don't, Michael. If he decides to push out, he could trap himself. So he needs to be real careful here.
Team USA, it's your choice.
Interesting play. I think you've got to pass this up if you're Shane. And he has. This is incredibly difficult. Completely elevated over the 6. 2 is not hanging. We'll try and send the 2 up. He's caught the double kiss and an opportunity for SBV and USA.
One thing we can't see tonight is a new record being set, or even the old record being equaled in terms of fewest matches won by a team in a Mosconi Cup. Europe won only 1 match in 2001, so the Americans have bettered that. That was also the heaviest ever margin of defeat, 11 points between the sides. That can't happen this time. USA's heaviest defeat, though, could be equal. They lost 11-2 in 2013, so that remains a possibility. And they could, although clearly they won't want to, set a new record for the USA's heaviest away defeat. 2 previous occasions on this side of the Atlantic, they've lost 11-3.
He's done nicely here. Note the green 6 in the top right. That's the ball he needs to lay good on to complete this rack. He's come way over here, so I'm assuming he's going to go 2 rails. Basically like he's going below the 8. I'm surprised that he flirted with the 8. It's a great shot, but he's pretty straight here. He's going to have to manufacture an angle. And if the 6 is frozen, the rail first. is much more difficult. Very important to get the speed correct here. Needs to carry. He's a little steep here. The 9 could come into play. He needed to get a little more out of that cue ball. He's taking the long shot, Michael.
Well, this is a test of nerve early in the evening.
The extension, please.
Something he mentioned to me yesterday, Michael, is that the fans have been getting to him.
This could be a big moment in this opening match of the night. And it's a big moment which has turned out very well for Shane Van Boening. Even if he made the 8, position a long way from guaranteed on the 9, but it's finished just ideal. And for the second time tonight, Shane Van Boening hits the front. He leads Joshua Miller 2 racks to 1.
If you want to make it, then you can take it, but you better get in the zone.
Folks, it's all over. Steve Davis brings the Mosconi Cup home to the shores of Europe with the drop of this 9-ball.
Yes! Marie! Bob tag! President Bush! Are you watching in the White House? West Coast and the East Coast. Are you watching in Manila? And Brennan the boys, because Europe has got the Mosconi for the second time.
Steve Davis was World Snooker Champion 6 times. He was voted Britain's Sports Personality of the Year on one occasion. He describes that winning point in the 2002 Mosconi Cup as one of the great moments of his sporting career. And Joshua Filler almost had a special moment there, Scott.
Very close to a golden break, as you see here, but it did catch the point quite high. Looking at the possible trouble here, and there is some. Could he consider playing the 2-9 combination and sending the cue ball down there where he just put his cue behind the 6 and 8?
One stat the Americans do lead this week is golden breaks. They've had 2, 1 for Europe.
He's going for the combination.
And he's got the combination. So all that effort Shane Van Boening put in to regaining his lead in this opening match of the final night. Joshua Filler just draws level again in 2 shots.
What an absolutely amazing shot from the young Filler, the straightest shooter on the planet. Absolutely amazing. That 9 was not right in front of the side. It was out at least a foot. Played the cue ball behind the 6 and 8, and he didn't hit it with any pace at all. What confidence.
Joshua Filler can make all sorts of personal history tonight. Could be just the 4th player to have been MVP in consecutive years. If he wins his singles and then he's part of a doubles win in the next match, and he is next up, then obviously the cup will be over and he will be confirmed as MVP. It will be his 3rd time in all. He also shares the record for the most times potting the winning 9 ball in the Mosconi Cup, along with Johnny Archer. They've both done it 3 times. Nobody's ever done it 3 in a row, so that's something else he could do. David Al-Kaidi, who's been part of the Mosconi Cup for so long. 17 years since he made his debut. And if Europe win, Al-Kaidi will make a bit of history. He will set a new record for the most Mosconi Cups played in on either side without ever being on the losing side. 2-2.
How will SVB respond? Well, a really nice break. He's gonna get a shot on the 2. Needs a little hop. He's got an angle. There is a problem. The pink 4 is buttered up to the 8. It just always seems to be something. Can he manufacture an angle on the 3 to open those up? The 4 and 8 are a problem.
Van Boening hasn't actually played a singles so far in this year's Mosconi Cup. He's had a couple of doubles appearances, 1 win, 1 defeat, and was on the losing side in the team match, for which, as I was saying, he got quite a lot of criticism.
I like what I saw right there. He let the stroke out. That's what he needs to do. Stay aggressive. Let the stroke out. Do not be timid. Is it too little, too late? Possibly, but it would still be nice to see. This is well done, Michael.
Knows his sporting history. Jeremy Jones. He'll remember many famous fightbacks he's seen in all sorts of sports. Wasn't there something amazing in NFL a couple of years ago, Minnesota? They won a match from 30-odd points behind in the 3rd quarter.
The extension, please.
So he's got options here. He definitely doesn't want to play safe, in my opinion. You have to stay aggressive. I think that's been a lot of faults of our team this week. They've gone the defensive route and missed an opportunity to stay offensive. Van Boening recognizing that with a great shot on the 4. Just needs to get to the 6 here. He's hit it well. He just looks like a different player. Win or lose this match, so far he looks like a different player.
When the players stand for the shot, I need you to be
Do you think he's aware of all the criticism there's been of him over the last few days and wants to go out there and, in his own quiet way, make a little point?
More importantly, I think it's the people around here that have talked to him and just given him encouragement. He's not big on social media. He'll make a post here or there. To answer your question, not really. I just think that he wants to do him and maybe make a little difference today. So far, he's doing that.
Such a habit of making multiple balls off the break. Had a couple in this rack. Did the rest from there, and Shane Van Boening leads for the third time at 3-2. So every rack so far has gone to the breaking player, and Shane Van Boening will be perfectly happy if it continues that way, because of course that would mean that he would win the point. So 2003, Las Vegas, USA, 8-6 down going into the last day, turned it round to win 11-9. It was the first time it was ever played in the US. As I said, that man on the left of your picture there, Jeremy Jones, delivered the winning point. The only other time a team has been behind going into the last day and won was all the way back in 1996, just the third Mosconi Cup. And that was the biggest ever final day turnaround. USA 3 points behind, they ended up winning 15-13. There was one other instance when USA were 3 points down going into the last day and ended the night holding the cup, but they didn't win. They were 9-6 down at the start, turned it into a 12-12 tie in Rotterdam, and because they were the holders, they retained the cup. But as I said, 20 years since a team has actually won after being behind going into the last day. If it's to happen this time, Scott, you might struggle to make your flight in the morning.
That would be wonderful. I don't want to cry over spilled milk, but I have to bring it up. 4 points have gone Europe's way, with a total score of 5-4 in each match. Could anything have gone different? If USA wins all 4 of those points, it's an 8-point swing.
Filler looking to level for a third time.
Well, he's missed the one on the break, and SBB has a really nice shot. Cue ball going towards the brown 7 from my angle.
Well, you get the feeling we could be about to see the most significant few minutes of this contest so far. It's been blow for blow stuff. As I said, every rack has been won by the breaking player. So Boening with a chance here to snap that sequence, find himself breaking on the hill.
And this is the dreaded pocket he's dealt with all week. There was no doubt there, and that's the way he needs to play. That's the way he needs to stroke the ball. Looking good. Can he come 2 rails tight out of this corner below the 6? Or does he come 1 rail up between the purple 5 and brown 7? He's got to come 2 rails tight, I believe. And he's done well here as well. Now the only issue I see is the 5 to the 6. Noticing the 5 does not play in the lower right. But he's hitting the ball clean.
One of the all-time greats, 5-time winner of the US Open, which is a joint record. It was one of sport's great anomalies that he had never won the World Championship. He put that right last year in Milton Keynes. In his 3rd appearance in the final, he at last got over the line. His status as one of the all-time greats is assured, but his Mosconi Cup record is something that does not make pleasant reading for him. Nothing wrong with his performance so far tonight, though. And there are what Jeremy Jones likes to call Shane Van Boening's crazy eyes.
It's funny you say that. They went to a clip of him right before the break. The break off, and his eyes were this way. You see a difference in his body, obviously his facial expressions, and especially his cueing ability. He's got to clear these two balls here, the 9 and 8, to come out for position on the 7. Oh, and he's done this, and he's doing it quickly with ease, and this is why they call him Captain America.
Where has this SVB been for the last few days? He's never looked comfortable, never looked like he's really established ongoing rhythm, but he's playing very nicely now. If he can claim USA's first singles win of the week. What a scalp to take. Joshua Filler had won both of his singles so far in this year's Mosconi Cup for the loss of only 2 racks in total. But Van Boening is really putting it up to him here. Filler had his first dry break of the match in this rack. And sat down for the rest of it. Shane Van Boening is on the hill. That's where he'll be breaking when we come back.
Show us you got some rhythm. DJ Wade, drop a track. Let's see if we got the energy in the Palace. Here we go. Ah, there we go. A lovely duo. Salsa, come on. Here we go, little man. Who else is in the house tonight? Well, it wasn't a kiss cap, but we'll take kisses as well. Oh, Jason, come on, Jason. Dance cam, son, come on. All the USA fans couldn't be happier right now. 4-2 in the lead. Emily, come on, Emily. Come on. Oh, come on, Emily. Who else we got in the building today? They have had way too much to drink, early doors as well. Who else we got on the big screens here in Alexandra Palace? There you go! Cheerleader in the house. Hopefully a win for Team USA. That's what they're hoping for. Oh, a bit of body popping in the building. We see you all here in the Alexandra Palace. Thank you very much for your amazing support. It's been incredible all week. Let's have a look at the screen. You're on the TV. You're on the TV. My Spanish amigos. We love your hair. We love your hair. People from all over the world traveling to this year's Mosconi Cup. Thank you very much for joining us. That's your lot for Dan Cup. Excellent work, Alexandra Palace.
If you want to make it, then you can take it, but you better get in the zone.
The American flag flying with a touch more pride now because their most famous player, Shane Van Boening, is on the brink of delivering the first point of the night in their favour. Does Jason Shaw look too perturbed at the moment? Well, of course not, because his team are in such a strong position. And these were some of the dance moves we saw during the break. All all encouraged by our wonderful MC, Tahir Hajat.
Thank you, Lee.
So for the first time,
he's breaking on the hill.
we have a player leading by more than a single rack. Shane Van Boening has 2 breaking racks left. If he needs them, he'd love to do it here. 4-2.
The 1 is down. Can the 2 miss the 8? He's got a bank. I think he's going to stay aggressive here. He can shorten this and pinch the cue ball back. Such a big shot here for SVB. He's weighing it out. It is steep. Notice the cue ball quite a bit lower than the 2. I don't know that he can draw it back to where it's at now. Even if he could draw it back a couple feet and just take a cut on the 3. Is he looking at the defensive play now? I think he's staying aggressive. He has, and he's done well. Landed on the 3, real nice.
America always looks to Shane Van Boening in the Mosconi Cup. It's been all too rare that he's delivered in the way they would have hoped. And then again, most of his Mosconi Cup career has been played during the time when the American team in general have hardly been able to find a win. They turned to him again this evening for the first match of the night to get their mission impossible off to a positive start. And boy, has he been emphatic in the way he's gone about the task.
Does he go forward and try and come short of the 8, or does he stay right of it, which I think is the best move, and that's what he's done. All is well, and his pace has picked up as well. Everything looking rosy for SVB.
You just think of the energy and the adrenaline this will pump into Skylar Woodward and Tyler Steyer as they come out next up for the Americans. If SVB can complete. It's been one of the best performances we've seen really from any player this week. Filler will also be straight back on, partnering his good friend Alban Ocean against Woodward and Steyer. This isn't quite where he wanted to be though, Scott.
No, he's going to be fine here, and one of the most important things in my opinion, Michael, is the body language from Jason Shaw and Joshua Filler is almost non-existent, and that's what USA needs to do to keep this crowd out of it and themselves in it.
Yeah, what little recovery work there was to do there to get on the 7 has been done ideally by Shane Van Boening.
Needs to settle.
Well, should be okay. Left himself a bit more work than he might have anticipated. Just putting himself through the ringer.
This is that dreaded pocket, Michael. Can he overcome the demons?
Just about. So, with only 10 matches to go at, as Shane Van Boening starts to milk the crowd a little bit, the American team will be so encouraged by what they're seeing here, these remarkable scenes involving SVB. Coming into tonight, they needed 9 points. There's one. Shane Van Boening has snapped a streak of 8 successive singles defeats in the Mosconi Cup. He had lost all 5 of his previous Mosconi singles meetings with Joshua Filler, but all that history is swept away. And what scenes from Shane Van Boening, who's been accused this week of lacking passion, not supporting the American cause sufficiently. We'll forget about that now. He's come here on a mission tonight along with his team. And even the longest journey begins with a single step. America have just taken it. Shane Van Boening defeats Joshua Filler by 5 racks to 2. Europe's lead is trimmed just a touch to 9-3. So, I wonder what Shane Van Boening, the new